Tony Jenkins. All right, and these are, by the way, these are bios that the performers wrote. So I need to start reading these things before I do this show, because Tony Jenkins is a writer, an avid roller skater whose idea of fun is being high on crack, toting a machine gun. Which, okay, it's a Prince reference if you don't know. He's for any of you who are worried, I'm about to bring out some lunatic and. Ladies and gentlemen, Baton Bob, everyone. And for breakfast, he enjoys starfish and coffee, maple syrup and jam, butterscotch clouds, a tangerine, and a side order of ham. Tony could never take the place of your man, but he wouldn't mind being your girlfriend. Before Tony comes out, we're going to have our house band, Noel, Stephen, and the Darling Nickies are going to perform his song, Purple Rain.
I never meant to cause you any sorrow. Never meant to cause you any pain. Only one more time to see you laughing, laughing, laughing. I wanted to see you standing in the purple rain, purple rain, purple rain.
Dearly beloved, AKA 11-year-old Tony Jenkins, there are some things we need to talk about. You know how your grandmother recently purchased Prince's 1999 album for you and you're really digging it? Well, in just a few months, Prince is going to release an album, a movie, and a song titled Purple Rain, and, well, you're really going to lose your shit. The amount of shit you're going to lose is the reason I'm writing to you. You're going to become such a huge Prince fan that you're going to think some things, say some things, and do some things that you probably shouldn't. I'm hoping this letter will help guide you through your Prince fandom. Shall we begin? As soon as you hear Purple Rain, your new sport will become arguing loudly with anyone who will listen about how Prince is superior to Michael Jackson. True. While it's great to be passionate, yelling at people that Prince plays 27 instruments and all his albums are written, arranged, composed, produced, and performed by him is a waste of your time. If they don't understand now, they will never understand. And while we're on the subject of wasting time, when Purple Rain is eventually released on video, you and your best friend are going to watch it, rewind it, and watch it again. You're going to keep a tally of every time you do this, and unless I convince you otherwise, that number will reach 156. That's the equivalent of 13 days. That, young Mr. Jenkins, is ridiculous. Now, if you do insist on watching the movie over and over, I beg you, at least fast forward through anything that is not a musical performance or Apollonia's boobs. For those, you may pause. In January of next year, Prince's Purple Rain Tour is going to stop at the Omni in Atlanta for 5 nights. Right? You're going to beg your grandmother to take you, but she is going to say no, and you are going to cry. A lot. There's nothing I can tell you that's going to change that, and you'll still hold a grudge against her when you're in your 40s. I just wanted you to be prepared. In a few years, you're going to start driving. Then, for some reason I still haven't figured out all these years later, you're going to start telling everyone how badly you want a purple Geo Tracker with a gold Prince symbol on the spare tire cover and purple neon lights underneath it. You're not going to get it, and that's a good thing. First of all, if you're going to wish for a car, go bigger than a Geo Tracker. Like, I don't know, a little red Corvette, maybe? Secondly, when it comes to showing your admiration for Prince, you must go smaller. Much, much smaller. For instance, when you're 17, you're going to find yourself in a friend's basement and someone will have the great idea of giving each other homemade tattoos using a sewing needle, thread, India ink, and an electric razor. It's not a great idea. Do not let your friend tattoo the Prince symbol on your arm. When you're 19, you're going to think, you know, now that Prince has updated his symbol and made it his name, I should get another Prince tattoo. No, you really shouldn't. Do not let a guy named Bear tattoo the Prince symbol on your leg. Now let's take a moment and talk about girls. Believe it or not, girls will not be aroused if you bring them to your room and it's filled with candles and ceramic masks. And the walls are covered with posters of Prince in various stages of undress. The candles and ceramic masks may work for Prince, but that's because he's Prince. They won't work for you because you're you. And you live with your grandmother. Those same girls will also not react well when you put on Purple Rain and shush them if they start talking before the solo. Now, I'm not saying you'll be wrong for shushing them because that solo is badassery at its finest. Just try not to be a dick about it. There will also come a time when you're going to think it's really smooth to quote Prince songs to girls. It's not. Prince can get away with saying things like, I sincerely want to fuck the taste out of your mouth. Cannot. And we really must talk about your desire to wear purple all the time. Purple works for Prince because, once again, he's Prince. Side note, because he's Prince is the answer to almost every question. Prince is 102 pounds and sexy. You're fat and pimply-faced. Wearing purple all the time just makes you look like Grimace. Oh, and for the love of God, you do not sound anything like Prince when you sing. Not even close. The shower is a liar. So stop. Seriously, please stop. It's awful. I do have some good news. Also, when you're 19, shortly after you do not get either of those tattoos, you're finally going to see Prince live 2 nights in a row. Take that, evil grandmother. On the second night, after Prince has left the stage and the band continues to play, you're going to stand by the backstage door in the freezing cold. You'll be the only person standing there when the door opens and Prince is standing right fucking there. Believe it or not, you're going to be cool. You're not going to make any sudden movements. You're not going to piss your pants or scream out, "Oh my God, it's Prince!" You're simply going to say, "Thank you for your music." While he's simply going to ignore you as he struts past you on his way to the bus. Don't fret, his bodyguard will make you feel important, though. He'll walk all the way over to you, push you hard in the chest, and say, "Stand back!" Now, you'll stop listening to Prince as much after this incident, but it won't be because he was a jerk. Now, I know it's hard for you to believe right now, but he's going to start putting out some not-so-great albums, and most of his new songs won't connect with you, and you'll move on. But every once in a while, you're going to see him perform, and you'll instantly be reminded of why you loved him so much in the first place. And even though Prince will change and you'll change, there's one thing that will not, and that brings me to my last piece of advice. Do not try to fight the tears when you hear the solo to Purple Rain and those woo-woo-woos start up. You'll lose that battle because that part is going to hit you where it counts for the rest of your life, and that's okay, because he's Prince.
I never meant to cause you any sorrow. Never meant to cause you any pain.